I'm a big fan of Khamzat. I don't think he has any reason to toot my horn or to even be humbled. He doesn't have to be. I mean, heavyweights fear him. I just enjoy the sport, you know. May the best man win. I hope they both have great careers.
Jon Jones has just shared his shocking insights on the upcoming clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis. On the other hand, Anthony Hernandez predicted that Dricus du Plessis would win the middleweight title fight. He explained that Dricus is very tough and doesn't get tired, which could give him an edge. Hernandez also pointed out that Khamzat Chimaev has not faced many true middleweights, making this a real test for him.
Middleweight title on the line between Dricus and Khamzat. How do you see it playing out?
I think Dricus is going to get him, dude. He's a tough son of a bitch, you know what I mean? He doesn't gas out, and then, like I've said with Khamzat, I've never seen him fight like a legit 185. I mean, Whitaker, yeah, but besides that, everyone else is like 155ers coming up and shit. So I really want to see him with an actual test, you know what I mean?
Hernandez added that if he were the one in the cage with Khamzat instead of DDP, he believes he could tire him out and finish him in 5-round fight, as he's ready to face anyone on his way to the belt.
If that test was you and you fought Khamzat Chimaev, how would that play out?
I think he gasses. You give me 5 rounds with him, I'll finish anybody, you know what I mean? I don't give a I'm here to fight whoever. I want the belt, so I'm going to fight all these sooner or later, run it. Like, as simple as that.
However, Jon Jones said Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis is a huge clash between two dangerous fighters. He added that Khamzat calling him the scariest guy in MMA was a big honor, showing Khamzat's humility and character despite his fearsome reputation.
Khamzat Chimaev said that you are the scariest guy in MMA.
That's a huge compliment coming from Khamzat. I'm a big fan of Khamzat. I don't think he has any reason to toot my horn or to even be humbled. He doesn't have to be. I mean, heavyweights fear him. And the fact that he has so much respect for me really means a lot. It shows me a lot about his character, his humility to be able to compliment someone in such a huge way.
Jon Jones said he will definitely watch Khamzat Chimaev's fight against Dricus du Plessis. He isn't rooting for either fighter, but is simply a big fan of martial arts. Jones said he hopes both men go on to have long and successful MMA careers.
I'm very grateful and honored.
Will you watch his fight against DDP?
Absolutely. I absolutely watch this fight. I'm not rooting for anyone. I'm just a big fan of martial arts. I want to see them both go on and have long, prosperous MMA careers. I will watch the fight for sure.
But you cannot say who is the favorite, right?
No, I don't really have a favorite. You know, I just enjoy the sport. You know, may the best man win. I hope they both have great careers.
Moreover, Alexander Volkanovski said he's picking the underdog, Dricus du Plessis, in the main event. He called it an incredible matchup and explained that his prediction is based on what he has seen so far. Volkanovski said he enjoys it when a fight plays out differently than expected because it shows a fighter's ability to adapt and surprise. That unpredictability, he noted, is what makes MMA exciting.
And and the main event here with Dricus du Plessis, I'm going with the underdog. $2.60 fight here on Sportsbet. Incredible fight this one's going to be. I'm interested to see. Like, again, the thing is, just so you guys know, when I'm wrong, say if the is completely different to the way I say, I love that. Remember, I'm going from what I've seen. If they can completely change it and show me something I haven't seen or be, you know, show me something that I wasn't expecting, I love that. Let's see if it happens. That's what's exciting about it. It's exciting even me thinking how it's going to go. That's how I think it's going to be. That excites me. If they are able to change it up and do different things, yes, love it.
He added that he's curious to see if Khamzat Chimaev changes his approach, perhaps focusing more on striking to avoid gassing out too early or going all in with aggressive pressure. Volkanovski wondered if Khamzat could stick to a new strategy if his instincts push him back to his usual style. He left the question open to fans, asking what they think Khamzat's game plan will be.
Let's see what they do. Let's see if Chimaev changes his game a little bit. Let's see if he goes a Khabib route, what he said. Focus more on the striking so he doesn't gas too early. Or does he go powerhouse and come in aggressive? Let me know what you guys think is going to be his strategy. Can he change it? Or if his game plan is to change it, can his instincts let him do that?
Furthermore, Dricus du Plessis' coach said they have no intention of avoiding Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling and instead plan to beat him at his own game. He called Chimaev one-dimensional and dismissed his striking, saying it isn't good enough to earn a professional license. The coach added that Khamzat poses no problems for them and that it's Dricus who will be the real problem in the fight.
We don't want to try to get away from his wrestling. We want to him up in his game. That guy's one-dimensional. Have you seen his stand-up? I won't even give him a pro license for his stand-up. He doesn't present any problem for us. We are the problem.
On the other hand, Michael Bisping acknowledged Chimaev's standout skills but raised doubts about whether his stamina would endure in a 5-round title fight. He pointed out that running out of energy early could be a major problem, particularly with Dricus du Plessis expected to apply pressure from the start. Bisping cautioned that if Chimaev's conditioning was not at its highest level, he could be in danger of falling short against an aggressive and persistent du Plessis.
He is a very special fighter. However, the cardio could be an issue. Khamzat Chimaev's got a 5-round title fight, and if he does get tired in the first round, as you know, it's going to be a problem because Dricus is going to fight him hard from the opening bell. So if Khamzat Chimaev hasn't done all the necessary training, then Dricus du Plessis will remain the champion.
TJ Dillashaw shared his experience of spending time in training camp with Khamzat Chimaev, saying the atmosphere around him was electric and full of motivation. He mentioned that Chimaev had his full crew alongside him at the Jackson Media House, all completely dedicated to his preparation. According to Dillashaw, the workout sessions were intense, with Chimaev grinding through tough rounds and following up his grappling drills with roughly 8 rounds of pad work. He highlighted Chimaev's top-tier grappling ability and noted that he appeared to be in outstanding physical shape.
But it's awesome to be next to Chimaev, to feel the energy that he's got going on right now. He's got his whole team out here at the Jackson Media House doing his workouts, and everyone's behind him, everyone's supporting him. You can just feel the energy in the room. He's pushing hard rounds. I think he did like 8 rounds of mitts after he did grappling. So the guy's in tip-top shape, great grappling techniques he went over, and then, you know, crushed mitts. So he's definitely in championship shape already.
Din Thomas pointed out that while Chimaev showed toughness in his bout with Gilbert Burns, that same grit has not appeared in all of his performances, noting that his fight with Kamaru Usman suggested he slowed down after gaining an early advantage. Thomas highlighted that du Plessis is known for turning up the pace late, especially in the final round, where he refuses to let anyone outwork him. Because of this proven endurance and willpower, Thomas said he would favor du Plessis if the matchup dragged into the later rounds.
See, I think that comes down to, well, we know that Khamzat has shown to be a dog against Gilbert Burns, you know, so he did that. We haven't seen it often, but we know what it looks like if it gets late with DDP. So I still have to side with, if it's late, I still have to side with DDP, just because we know what he's going to do. We know he's not going to let another human being beat him in the 5th round, right? Like his 5th rounds are just, he really finds another burst of energy to win in the 5th round. So I'm not sure. We've seen it against Gilbert Burns, but we didn't see that with Kamaru Usman. Like, we saw him kind of go, yo, I won the first 2, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So
he slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah, slowed down quite a bit. So I think if it does go late, I would still favor Dricus du Plessis.
Yeah.
Demetrius Johnson issued a warning to Dricus du Plessis, describing Khamzat Chimaev as a relentless grappler who focuses entirely on keeping control once he latches onto an opponent. He explained that when Chimaev closes the distance, opponents must have strong takedown defense and a complete skill set to survive. Johnson outlined how Chimaev steadily works toward his preferred position, dismantles his opponent's base, shifts angles, locks and hooks, and lands strikes until he can secure a choke or joint submission. He emphasized that Chimaev's style is built around constant wrestling pressure rather than depending on striking exchanges.
When you look at Khamzat, you have to look at him when he jumps on you, you better be ready for the best. You better have the best wrestling, anti-wrestling and fighting skill ready to rock and roll, because once he locks on, he's going to be looking to go to that position, which I call it home. He's going to sit there and wait. And then he's going to, let's see what you're going to do. Once you start the post, you're going to take out that post. He takes out the post. He's going to jump to the other side, take out the other post, get his hooks in, and beat you up until you give him your neck or neck crank, and he's going to take it. That's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to do anything on the feet. If he could, he would wrestle all day, every day.
Striker Klose voiced strong belief that if the fight goes beyond the second round, Dricus du Plessis would most likely come out on top. He characterized du Plessis' awkward and unpredictable approach as a style that throws off even seasoned competitors. Klose explained that DDP has a talent for dragging opponents into his messy, hard-to-control type of fight. When questioned about where he would put a $10,000 wager, Klose instantly chose du Plessis as his pick to win.
Who do you got in that, Dre?
I think if it goes over 2 rounds, I got DDP, but
if someone's giving you 10K, what are you doing with it?
Fuck, I'm gonna go DDP.
I think DDP too, dude.
He's awkward. Just when you're not like, when people are used to, I think like even like pros and when we spar amateurs do completely different. And you get hit with like, hey, you're not supposed to go that way. And it happens. And I kind of see that's how DDP is. It's like he's still kind of green, but
he brings people to his level.
To his level, yeah. Like, oh, this is awkward, and then like.
Sean O'Malley shared his enthusiasm for the soon-to-happen clash between du Plessis and Chimaev. He recalled watching du Plessis' fight against Israel Adesanya before training and was struck by how well Adesanya controlled the contest until the 4th round collapse. That reminder of du Plessis' threat made O'Malley even more curious to see how he would deal with Chimaev.
DDP versus Khamzat. What is that, like 2-3 weeks? Like,
yep.
Holy. I just actually watched DDP versus Israel this morning before practice. And dude, Izzy was looking so good in that fight. Like, I remember watching it and thinking, like, I only had rewatched it just this one time, but watching it live, I remember thinking like Izzy looked good, and I kind of, for the most part, dominating the fight. And then that 4th round just kind of got hit up top on the head and just, you know, went downhill real fast from there. But God, Izzy was looking good in that fight. So I'd like to see Izzy come back. Izzy versus Sean 2 would be sweet. But yeah, Khamzat versus DDP is very exciting for me right now.
Kyle Bahalio admitted that he had underestimated Dricus du Plessis on several occasions and had been proven wrong every single time. Looking ahead to the matchup with Khamzat Chimaev, Bahalio predicted it could wrap up quickly, possibly within the 1st or early 2nd round, much like Chimaev's fight with Robert Whittaker. He estimated a 60% likelihood that Chimaev would secure a fast finish, but also gave a 40% chance that du Plessis, using his size, strength, and ability to stay composed under pressure, could fend off takedowns, survive the early onslaught, and gradually swing the fight in his favor.
This is crazy because I always bet against DDP and he always shut in my mouth. But I'm feeling like this can be a fight as fast as the fight with Khamzat and Whittaker, like finishing the 1st round or beginning of the 2nd round, you know. 60% of me say that Khamzat will finish this fight like real fast, but 40% says that Dricus, with his size and height and his weight, he's a big guy for the division. I think he can stop the takedowns or even survive the first 2 rounds, and then the fight gets better for him. So I'm 60-40 on these 2 options.
Bahalio added that the deeper the fight goes, the better the chances for du Plessis. He pointed out that Chimaev's game revolves around aggressive starts and immediate pressure, yet his pace tends to drop if things do not go according to plan. Du Plessis, in contrast, maintains his forward drive even when exhausted, forcing opponents into draining battles that break them down over time. According to Bahalio, once the 2nd round ends, the momentum begins to tilt toward du Plessis.
So the longer the fight goes, the more it favors DDP?
Yeah, for sure, 100%, because Khamzat is the guys that go for it in the bell. He's just go at it, and sometimes if things don't go as the way he planned it, we've seen already he gets a little bit tired in the later rounds. So with a 5-round fight, and Dricus is a guy that even after he gets tired, he's still working. He's still making you go in deep waters and making you work. So I think the fight gets real better to DDP after the 2nd round.
Arman Saroukian spoke about how much he enjoys being part of Khamzat Chimaev's camp, saying he is glad to contribute in any way while gaining knowledge from someone with such exceptional skills. He complimented Chimaev's heavy hands and world-class wrestling, noting that when he watches him spar, these sessions often wrap up quickly. with many ending in a first-round finish.
It's very good to be on his team, you know, and to help him as much as possible, and to learn something new from him, because he's such a high-level fighter, and his striking is good, wrestling is good, you know. I watch his sparrings, and like, it's a finish in the first round.
Gilbert Burns predicted that Dricus du Plessis would open the fight with constant pressure and might even land a takedown on Sean Strickland. He did not see du Plessis getting stopped and believed he would battle through any difficult moments. Renato Moicano also backed du Plessis, expecting him to earn a late stoppage in either the 3rd or 4th round, though he admitted a win by decision was a strong possibility as well.
And look at the fight. That guy gets so freaking tired. He's that one speed fighter. He's gonna come like a freaking truck at you. I do believe he might take Dricus down. I don't think he's gonna get finished. I do believe Dricus is gonna fight through all that. Maybe a decision, but I do believe a late finish, 3rd to 4th round. That's my prediction.
Brandon Schwab observed that while Khamzat Chimaev had cardio issues in the past, his latest preparation indicates that endurance may no longer be a problem. He cautioned that if Chimaev fails to end the fight early and begins to slow down, Dricus du Plessis has the tools to finish him in the later rounds. Schwab also expressed curiosity about how well du Plessis' grappling will hold up, but reminded that Chimaev has a proven track record of overwhelming elite-level wrestlers.
Obviously, cardio was an issue for him back in the day. I'm here to tell you now, I've personally, with these peepers, have seen the man train. Cardio is not an issue, but that's all predicated on, let's say Khamzat goes in there and tries to get DDP down in the first 2 rounds and can't get it done, and he gets tired. DDP in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th will finish him, you know? So I'm interested to see what Khamzat's game plan is. I'm also interested to see how good DDP's grappling is. I've heard training room stories where he's just this freak, but I've personally seen Khamzat beat world-class wrestlers and jiu-jitsu guys. Like, toy with them.
That's it for today's video, so what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about their upcoming fight? Would love to hear your thoughts on their upcoming clash, so share your thoughts in the comments section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out our other videos on the screen right now.